Good morning, guys. So today is Transit Smiley Day going to Martin. I am nipping down there to leave the van with him because he powder coats alloy wheels and he does a really good job. So today is day one of modifications on the Transit. Just watching the traffic, excuse me for a second, and I can't wait to see how they're going to look. The main reason for which is we're going to go really nice on the bodywork for this, and we can't start any of the bodywork until the later part of this week. That's when it's going in to have the welding done. So I thought, rather than the van just sitting around gathering dust, not doing anything, I spoke to Marty. He said he could take the van this morning, so I'm willing my way over there now, and we're going to get the wheels off. He's going to strip the tyres down and then get them in the dip tank and then re-powder coat them a nice silver, which we're going to go and choose now. I see a silver he did the other day on one of my mate's sets of wheels and I really liked it, so I think I'm going to go with that. But we'll go and have a look at his samples and see, you know, what we're going to do to these old alleys on this old Transit. Now they are quite corroded, so I'm sure Martin's going to have a few concerns, but we won't know until we get there. So hopefully pray for no traffic and we'll get down there. Just wanted to pick up on something as well that you guys had seen over on YouTube, and I think it's a really valid point to note. The registration on this vehicle, H858ELP, obviously, as we know, a H-reg could be an 89 or a 90. The problem is this is a 98 van. So I did a car vertical check a couple of days ago, and it revealed some history and information on the van. Now the mileage goes really smooth, really happy about that. There's no previous write-offs, finance or anything, everything was green. But what it did say was that this registration used to belong to a Mark III Transit, which would make sense. So what I can see, when the guy that had this for the most amount of time bought the van, he took his old reg, the help reg, off of his old Transit and then put it on this when it was just 4 years old. So I guess it must have been a lease van for the first part of its life, and then it's gone into the retail sector. The chap that's had it for the whole of time has then put his old reg on this van, and that's what's happened. So there was no sort of funny business, no reasons to why other than that. And good old Car Vertical does tell you and explain to you the complete timeline and events of what had happened. So good shout for that bit of software. Car Vertical is very handy. Obviously I wasn't worried really, because this wasn't a major expense, this vehicle. It's not like you're going out and buying a 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 grand car, where Car Vertical is really important. But it did tell me something that's been niggling me and a few of you guys that have questioned the whole, well, it's a H-reg on an R-reg, and you're quite right. And it did give me the original R registration digits that it was born on originally when new. Just wanted to touch on that because in this day and age anything can happen in a vehicle's history, but literally Car Vertical is there in the background, just hovering around as a piece of software you can call upon anytime you need it, and all of the facts laid out in front of you in a little under 90 seconds. So yeah, shout out to Car Vertical. That is a great bit of software. Right guys, so we have arrived at MJG Grits with the Transit. Martin's just dealing with a couple of customers, so we're going to get on him on camera in a second, but yeah, we're here. So I just want to show you the wheels and just what I'm talking about. So mainly bits like this, corrosion, it needs to go in the dip tank. They've had a few coats of paint in their time, so we want to try and get these as lovely as possible. Just surface corrosion there we don't want. Get them ready for powder coating. I'll get Martin's view on these in a minute. This side's particularly bad, very swollen. not too good at all. But Mark's done with his customer, we'll have a walk around with him. Right guys, so Martin's now finished with his customer. He's given these wheels a good coat looking at and he doesn't look promising. But Martin, what are we going to do?
Well, that one, I'm just having a quick scan round first.
Yeah.
To see what we're at. This one is horrendous.
It is, isn't it?
This is probably the worst one.
So show people.
Yeah, it's so for anyone that doesn't know, it under here is what's about to unleash the most pinholed, rough,
Finished.
yes
We've ever seen.
Yeah. So, and here's a quite example of that. If you get that on camera, that is how thick. That's how thick it is.
Is it paint, do you reckon, mate, or is it powder?
No, I think it's paint. Yeah,
it's
build up of paint, and the moisture has got underneath the colour.
Yep.
And it's just eating itself. So all of that under there is corroding aluminium.
Right.
That you can't see. You see a bit in the nuts, look, where it's quite bad. But
yeah,
I think so. First thing, get the wheels off.
Yeah.
Get the tyres off. Get the wheels into the acid, and then we'll see again. The acid's going to eat away at some of the alloy.
Okay.
If these are just paint, we might just blast them without acid stripping them where we know that one's excessively bad.
Yeah.
But we'll play it by ear. But worst case is we'll put them in the tank and we'll flick them off and then see what they're like.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't going to try and get these repainted, so that at the end of the day, this is their last chance, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we can make a nice set of wheels out of them, I'll be happy. I'm not expecting miracles, mate, because they are pretty goosed. But at the same time, we're about saving stuff down here, aren't we? So
yeah, and the only good thing here is the style of wheel is it's quite an easy wheel to save.
Oh, okay.
A lot of wheels that are corroded, but they're multi-spokes. Is when you're sand. So we've got like quite a bit of a high build primer that we'll put on. Mm-hmm. It's almost a bit of an outgas. So when you put these wheels in the oven, there'll be pinholes in it. But when you put the powder on, it will start blowing the powder out. This primer that we use is a bit of a filler primer, but it's also an outgas that holds the air, not holds the air in, but it stops,
I've learned something today.
Out.
I didn't know that.
No, it stops it
That's
from
cool.
blowing out. Certain areas will blow out, but you can use it as a bit of a filler.
Okay.
So what we'll do, we'll apply quite a lot of that. Normally we put it on cold to start with.
Yeah.
We'll put it on cold, let that cook. We'll then sand down what we can.
Right.
Once we sanded that down, we'll then go on with a heavier, hot flock we call it, so it'll be warm.
Right.
We'll put it on hot, and that we'll be able to load it up then.
Oh,
Once
nice.
Load it up, then we can then start sanding it off, just to make sure that we've got it as flat as we can.
I probably need to pop down, like when you're at that point, and maybe have a look, and we can explain people what that is.
It's very similar. I have done. I've done a 3-part episode on my YouTube channel.
Go follow MJG Grits on YouTube, by the way, guys. I'll put a link below.
The best thing with those wheels we were just demonstrating how to do a wheel refurb, and they were similar to this. We then had to start rolling down.
Ah, okay, mate.
So on that occasion, we didn't use the filler primer because, ironically, I presumed they were going to be okay. Yeah. A wheel like this, you know, we know it's going to be bad to start with, so it's good. It's a good starting point. So yeah, let's do that. We'll get it off. We'll get them in the air. We'll work out if we're going to blast them or strip them, and then if you return them once they've been to a aluminium state, we'll have a rough idea of we'll have a plan of what we're going to do. Cool. But savable, yes, we will save them. How well they will look will be how far we rub and how far we get. So they will be savable. It just depends on quite how long they take us to do. So.
Right, well, as you guys know, we use Martin for all of our powder coating wheels down at JW Auto Shine, as well as car restorations that I keep sending them. But the main point of it is Martin's an expert in this field. That's why we come here, and this is a facility geared up literally about restoration of wheels, steel, metalworks, you name it. This is what MJG Grits does, and that is why we are here with Martin with this Transit. He's got enough to do. He's got an RS 600i there, haven't you, mate? But that's a video you need to go and have a look at on his channel and go and explore exactly the processes that are involved with that. But on the day-to-day, Martin and I see each other most weeks with wheels that I bring down for my customers down to this facility. Mate, I'm going to leave this one with you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries at all.
And we will see you, maybe I'll pop down in a couple of days, see how the process is going.
Yeah, give him an update.
Yeah, lovely old job. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
No worries at all.